The long-term follow-up or RESONATE-2 is very important because today the longer follow-up is being done in a second-line trial that we discussed further, published recently by Susan O'Brien in Blood, that really characterized the 5-year follow-up of a patient who has relapsed refractory disease. Being said, very high-risk population with multiple previous therapy. So the long-term follow-up of RESONATE-2 is fundamental to really see how this drug is going to evolve in the future in patients who has chronic lymphocytic leukemia, however, characterized by the presence of several abnormalities, but not 17p. I think something to point out, and something that is everyone is followed with a good attention in the long-term outcomes, is how 11q patients, a cytogenetic abnormality that also has been associated with bad outcomes, are going to behave in this trial, because there is an early suggestion of data, although there is no statistically significant, they maybe even behave better than patients who do not have 11q deletion. Sequencing therapy for the treatment of chronic lymphocytic leukemia is a very important topic these days. As more drugs are introduced for the treatment of this condition, people start to think how they're going to really try to sequence the different therapies. And in general, doctors always like to have some second drug in the pocket in case the first drug fails. In my case, and as mentioned before, and following NCCN guidelines and other stratification criteria, the use of ibrutinib frontline is more and more often. However, it's true that the introduction of combination of BTK inhibitor as ibrutinib and even other drugs with monoclonal antibodies or with new drugs, as recently has been shown, BCL2 inhibitors, venetoclax, are going to very likely change the way that we're going to sequence and we introduce drugs in the front line and in the second line. The bottom line is that very many patients start today and will start in the near future with the BTK inhibitor, but in the next years we will start to really learn how to combine these drugs and how to sequence with the ultimately goal to produce a very deep responses, and more important, to really have finite therapy so patients really don't have long-term chronic side effects and can benefit of better quality of life.